It's 2:17 a.m. You're 31 years old, sitting in a glass tower in Midtown Manhattan. Your bonus just hit, $240,000. Combined with your base, you made $450,000 this year. Statistically, you were in the top 1% of earners. You should feel like you've won. But as you watch that number appear, you already see it disappearing. Taxes take nearly half. Your apartment costs $6,500 a month. Brokerage transfers, insurance, the cost of keeping up. By the end of the week, the surplus is gone. You look across the table at a private equity partner. He doesn't care about his salary. He's looking at the capital structure of a $2 billion acquisition. In that moment, you realize the truth. Your income is linear. It arrives on a cycle, and the moment you stop running, the money stops flowing. You are a high-performing function in someone else's machine. To truly reach the top, you have to stop optimizing for compensation and start optimizing for ownership. Today, we are breaking down the architecture of capital. We're going from the first $500 deposit to the level where your decisions move entire global markets. Most people spend their lives at level 1 or 2. Level 1, the beginner. You deposit your first $500. It's not much, but for the first time, you're no longer just a consumer. You are buying a piece of a business. At this stage, your returns don't matter. What matters is learning that you are no longer just a consumer. You are a participant. Levels 2 and 3, the consistent accumulator. This is where you set up the machine. You invest every month, $500, $1,000, regardless of how the market feels. When you hit $100,000, something shifts. A 1% market move is $1,000. It's real money. You stop guessing and start positioning. You rebalance based on percentages, not emotions. Levels 4 and 5, the optimization. Between $250,000 and $1 million, you move from building wealth to optimizing it. You start using tax loss harvesting and advanced asset allocation. But level 5 is the invisible wall. Once you cross $1 million in investable assets, the financial system treats you differently. You get access to private equity, venture capital, and real estate syndications, deals that never appear in public markets. You stop being an earner and become an accumulator of private assets that grow while you sleep. While your money is climbing those levels, your career is doing the same. But the career path has its own linear trap. The solo founder and small CEO, levels 1 through 3, you start by doing everything. You write the code, you handle support, you fix the bugs. Success at this stage is just surviving long enough to prove the idea works. The corporate shift, levels 4 through 6, as the company grows to 150 people, you stop solving problems and start building structures. You hire leaders to run departments so the company can run without you. You learn to trust information over proximity. The institutional power, levels 7 through 8. By the time you're a Fortune 500 CEO or a senior partner at a major fund, you aren't working in the traditional sense. You are directing capital. A single announcement from you can move stock prices or impact thousands of jobs. But notice the cost. At the level of a managing director, your life is a sequence of board meetings and private dinners. You exchange privacy, freedom, and human connection for a seat at the table where the architecture is designed. There is a level of wealth that is so large it becomes an institution. This is the family office. Imagine a 14-year-old child. She has a $200 monthly allowance. She doesn't know it comes from a $47 million trust established by her grandfather. To her, the wealth is like the weather. It's just always there. As this child grows, she moves from inheritor to observer to steward. She learns the most important lesson in high finance. The family office is not about making money. It's about not losing what has already been made. At this level, you realize that bad governance is more dangerous than a bad investment. Families tear themselves apart over vacations and ego. The architect, the highest level of a family office, builds legal and emotional structures, trusts, constitutions, succession plans that will hold the family together for the next 100 years. They are building something that can survive their own absence. What is the personal cost of this architecture? Consider the son of a crown prince. He was born in a cleared hospital wing, handed to a nanny, and prepared for a throne before he could speak. His father's attention is a resource that entire governments compete for. When you operate at the top, whether as a royal or a billionaire investor, you are the most prepared person in the room and the least free. You operate in a state of permanent read of the environment. You aren't happy or unhappy anymore. Those categories dissolve. You are simply positioned. You see the machine from the inside. You see the jobs being cut for operational leverage. You see the pension funds being restructured to hit an IRR target. You realize the system doesn't reward honesty, it rewards discretion. So why are we telling you this? Because you need to know which game you are playing. If you are only optimizing for a higher salary, you are just building a faster treadmill. To break the linear trap, you must shift your focus today. Move from income to ownership. Every dollar you invest is a brick in your own architecture. Seek proximity to capital. Success isn't just about intelligence, it's about being in the rooms where the information is asymmetric. Build systems, not just savings. Create a governance for your own life. What are your rules for rebalancing? What is your succession plan? The machine of global capital is always looking for new people to run it. You can either be a part that is used by the machine, or you can be the one who understands the architecture underneath it. The throne of your financial future doesn't wait for you to be ready. It waits for you to stop asking for permission. Stop earning, start owning.